fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, welcome, welcome. This is a little new feature I'm offering for the end of May. It is your June 2021 forecast in case you missed my posting yesterday. I didn't add a lot of tags, so it was probably hard to find unless you're a subscriber. I had a couple extra days at the end of the month to work with, and I thought, well, maybe I'll try to do a June forecast. I've never done that before on the channel, but I think when I look around on YouTube, it seems to be kind of popular, and so I thought I would add it to my repertoire. And I'm really hoping you'll come back and forth with me in the comments and let me know your thoughts, give me feedback on what you'd like to see, or you know, something that may make it more helpful for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it Aries, then Leo, then Sagittarius. So you will get separate little readings. The reason why I'm offering it all in one is because the vast majority of the time I spend is not on reading, it's on uploading and getting videos up on YouTube. It's a lot more involved than one would imagine, and especially if you want it to hit all the little notes that YouTube is looking for the algorithms, and that's just really part of it. It's a platform and it's technology. So that's what really takes the most time. So I thought I would put it all together in one. You'll be able to see when I stop one reading and go to another, I shift decks. There's a little downtime, so you can just fast forward if you'd like. But these are for the general collective of Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Will not resonate with everyone. That's okay. They are good for your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus. And I'm adding in Mercury because Mercury just went retrograde. And, you know, I'm feeling a little better actually today now that I'm adjusting to the reversed motion. I hope you're finding the same. Had a big glitch on the channel yesterday on the first day of retrograde. My God. That really blew my mind, and I saw it all happen in front of my eyes, and it took all the better part of yesterday and even into this morning before all my data came back. But what happened was 2 days of my stuff disappeared. I saw it, it was there, and then it was gone. And when that happens, what it means is the platform isn't recognizing the work and therefore isn't putting it out there. So it's almost as if I'm in a black hole for 2 separate days out of the month of May. I saw my subscribers, just a big chunk of them, disappear in front of my very eyes. I happened to be looking at it at the moment that it happened. Normally that stuff happens and I don't notice it. It's going on in the middle of the night. They're resetting the platform. They make little adjustments and it's all sorted out the next day. This I saw in front of my eyes and I waited for a day and it didn't fix. So most of it has been recovered. Nobody can explain it to me. But for those of you who were curious from yesterday's video, most of it has been recovered. I almost feel like I got back to where I was from 2 days ago, but there's been no growth. So that's really disappointing, but shiz happens. Okay, so I'm going to pull for each one of you, Aries, Leo, and Sag, an oracle card from Oracle of the 7 Energies. We're going to look at the energy center that may need some attention from you, by you, for you in the month of June. I will follow that up with a reading for you, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Mercury, Aries, Leo, Sag, and then the extendeds will be a reading about your person, how they view you, how they feel about you, like how do they see you, how do they feel about you, and some guidance for you around all that from Spirit. So that's how it's going to go. That will be available for you in the link below. So I'm pulling for Aries, Oracle of the 7 Energies. Oh, beautiful. So you get card 14. That is the second energy center. It is the sacral region, but this deck considers it water. Beautiful uncaging. So let me give you a flavor for what that's about for you, Aries. Ooh, it feels good, actually. I feel like there's something you've got to release. It says, at this time, you're being called to assess where guilt may be playing a part in your life. Recognize how it's affecting you and others and address it so you can release yourself from its grip. Guilt is a powerful emotional state capable of transforming difficult situations. It keeps you accountable for your actions when you've done something that causes some harm. However, it can also feed a self-sabotaging cycle that fosters codependency and a distorted sense of personal power. Self-blame can lead to behaviors that perpetuate low self-worth. Have you done or said something for which you need to make amends? Have you disregarded a boundary or broken a promise? Guilt can make you aware of potential ways you have given injury and show you how to redress the transgression. When you sincerely admit you are wrong and begin the process to fix it, this is an act of accountability, responsibility, and liberation, right? The beautiful and caging is the setting yourself free. Take a moment now to consider when you have harmed others or yourself. This knowledge will free you from the story you tell about it, so you're able to connect with truthful remorse. Now is the time for rigorous honesty as you take a self-inventory with a neutral state of mind. A good question to ask yourself now is why the guilt is there. You might be taking on a burden that is not even yours to carry. Pay attention, take action, and uncage yourself from the prison of your own making. This is a lot about the Eight of Swords. There's Eight of Swords energy for you here, Aries, that I hope you will consider releasing. It may or may not belong to you. That's something to consider. Whatever it is, if you're feeling guilty about something, June is the month for you to be thinking about it, to revisiting it, right? We're in the retrograde, to reevaluating it, reassessing it, reviewing it, making peace with it to some degree, and then dealing with it, okay? That may not happen till the second or third quarter of, I'm going to take it in thirds, actually, because the last third of the month of June will be when a lot of us will kind of feel that the door of the cage opens and we're free. So those first 2/3 of the month will give you an opportunity to really reflect on this. Okay, Aries, so let's see what's coming through for our Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury. Where are you? What's crossing you? Where am I going? Like all of a sudden. Oh my gosh, we have a lot of earth energy for you here, Aries. That's kind of crazy. A lot of earth energy. Something's coming, something's grounding you, or it's been holding you down. All right, so we're looking forward to June, and what I see here is you're going to be in that energy of waiting. Seven of Pentacles, something you're trying to grow, seeds that have already been planted. June will be the month where you're kind of allowing it to take root, trusting that the intentions you've set are sort of pulled down here into the earth's crust and are being, fertilized and nourished as they begin to take root and grow. But that's an organic process, and it unfolds according to the laws of nature. And then we have what's crossing you as the Hanged Man. You may perceive it as a delay and a sacrifice. There may be something here. What's crossing you is usually what kind of is the challenge of it all, is that you feel like you're not able to move forward. Well, join the party here, Aries, because the rest of us have been feeling this way for a while, and the Mercury retrograde does not help. So I feel as if on some level you'll be trying to look at the situation from the bigger picture, reassessing it and evaluating it, as I said, with this beautiful uncaging, but there's patience required. And this opportunity for you to take the time to allow the enlightenment to sort of drop in. If you are a person who's usually very in touch with your higher self, with spirit, this will not feel difficult to you. It will actually feel like you can catch your freaking breath all this waiting time, Aries, because you're usually like shot out of a cannon. So I feel almost as if June is going to be that month of, before the harvest. So it's all kind of happening and you just kind of have to watch it from above. So that may be difficult for you. Underneath, here's the foundation. This is you know, sort of the below of it all is what's in your subconscious realm. It's what, you know, you're not really dealing with it right up here. Page of Pentacles, first steps, almost like starting over. There may be something you have to learn here in this situation, that the waiting time gives you the room to kind of help you see it as you take your first steps like a newborn foal. You know, to kind of understand things better. That's why I'm saying I'm seeing the earth energy coming through for you. In the recent past, Knight of Pentacles, everything has been moving in slow-mo for you. I feel almost, Aries, you have felt the retrograde, that we're in the Mercury retrograde long before. Probably at least within the shadow phase, but if not for a while. This the page is here, the Knight is here. The Knight of Pentacles is all about something that you really needed to create a plan for. And so I feel like that happened, and here I'm looking at it taking root. The plan was hatched, it's moving slowly. You're learning new things underneath. You feel like this is new territory for you, but I see here that the patience and the waiting for the enlightenment is where you're going to be for most of June. Okay, so above you here, this is like the Five of Pentacles. It's, you know, something you aspire to. It's like your goals. I feel like you're ready to let go of the past. The Five of Cups, did I say Pentacles? The Five of Cups keeps us sort of focused on what we've lost. Regrets of the past, mistakes of the past, something that's been lost to us that we're grieving over. But behind us is the Two of Cups. And I feel almost like you're at that point where you're saying, I'm making peace with the past. I've planted the seeds for the future. I know I have to learn a few new things. This has been like in slow-mo, almost torturous for you here. From the past till now. And in the future, though, my friend, world, endings and new beginnings. So I feel like part of your goal is to shake off the past. Let me go ahead and do a little clarification for you. Seven of Pentacles, please. Two of Wands. Yes, Six of Cups. And so, right, you've planted seeds with the past life soulmate here for some bringing in some communication. It's a path I feel you've chosen of a world of possibilities. I feel like you're ready to part with the past, and here you're looking at, like, let me talk to this person. Let us just have this opportunity. This kind of almost feels like a gift of an opportunity to communicate about whatever has gone on. This crossing you here is the Hanged Man. We'll look at that next. So I almost feel like what you're waiting for is for this, for your person to return. Three of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Knight of Wands to return, so that two of you can work together on your connection. Build upon it. That's what I'm seeing. Build upon it. Normally the Knight of Wands moves pretty quickly and impulsively. I don't think that would bother you in the least, because you've been in all this sort of pentacly energy. Page of Pentacles. Queen of Wands. Ace of Wands. Underneath is Justice. So this is definitely somebody that you're highly attracted to. They may be attracted to you, but I feel like you're just underneath, you're unsure. First steps here with that Page of Pentacles. It's uncertain because it's new. It's new territory for you with a lot of passion wrapped around it. And the Justice card underneath suggesting some need for a sense of balance. Something to come in that feels more stable and balanced, where you can integrate everything you're learning. That's what's underneath for June. So that'll be kind of burrowing, it's underneath and it's sort of forging its way to the surface. From the past, this has been a slow-mo enterprise for you, Aries. You'd like that Knight of Wands. Sorry. Wheel of Fortune, Judgment underneath is the Hermit. Right. So it's been a solitary journey. Got it. And yeah, I think you left it up to chance. Willing to take it slow for a change here, Aries, in the past, because on some level you figured, well, if we're meant to do this, we'll do it. If this is the fated connection I believe it to be, it will happen. We'll get that second chance. Forgiveness will come in or be offered. We'll move beyond. We'll get our opportunity. And until that happens, I'm just kind of learning from the whole situation. I'm growing and I'm learning, and I can do that by myself. I don't, I feel as if you're not in connection with this person, meaning not in communication with them. On some level, you may be in separation. I mean, you're in connection. You know what I meant. You're not in 3D on a regular basis. Interacting with each other is what is coming through here, and you're learning a lot from it. You've been learning a lot. You will continue to learn a lot, and right now your goal is the letting go, which is really powerful for June. Just letting it go. That was part of my message yesterday. Like, that's what came out in the darn oracle was, Bish, let it go. Stop holding on to the past and things beyond your control. Yes, what's done is done. So letting go of that painful ending. Wow. You may be a little conflicted about it. You're trying to kind of gather up your courage, your strength, your confidence to let it go, but I'm not sure you're convinced. So June may be a little bit of a testing month here, as what I see you doing is trying to let go of a very painful ending, a cycle that really did a number on you, gathering up your courage, your confidence to, and your strength to know you can overcome all of it. But then underneath the Five of Wands is like something doesn't feel right. There's some discordance there. It's almost like what you've set your sights on in your mind hasn't dropped into your heart yet. And so that is the issue for you. Yeah, you gotta make peace with this on your own without feeling conflicted. But I'm feeling like there's a little bit of a conflict there within you, Aries. The future. Everything's coming up roses. Endings and new beginnings for you. A lot of happiness that I see in June. I'm not feeling the need to kind of clarify much more because I feel like you're doing all of the work right now. End of May into the first 2/3, right? From the 1st to like the 20th of June. I kind of feel like this is all that very grounded, very present energy, areas of trying to let go of what happened in the past and see things with new eyes in that Hanged Man energy. You have no control over whether or not this person will return. That's part of the challenge. You want the communication. You've planted the seeds for that. And yet there's still more to learn about this underneath so that you can get your sense of stability in the connection. Okay? What I see from the recent past, something that you moved very slowly through with lots of deliberate intention and an awareness, a conscious awareness in 3D, that part of this is up to fate and destiny, and what's meant to be will be. And you've learned a lot. You're growing a lot. You're still learning a lot and growing a lot. And the outcome of that is really splendid. More toward the end of June, I'm seeing this. Okay? So that's what I see for you here, Aries. If you want to find out what your person's side of the story is, there is a link below for you for the extended version of that. Those are all separate. They're not done together. So you'll get your separate Aries for your person. I hope this made sense and you found it helpful. And thank you very much. And now I'm going to move on to Leo. So that's that. That's how that goes. Aries is done. Got it. Beautiful. I will not be using the same decks for you. I'll switch them out. Leo, you're up next. Leo. So what's coming through for Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury for the month of June 2021. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury for 2021. What is the energy center that needs your attention? What message is coming in from the Oracle of the Seven Energies for beautiful Leo? Oh, gorgeous. Oh, don't make me cry. Card 28, broken open. You know, 2 and 8 is 10, so I'm seeing some completion here for you in June. Something coming to, culminating. Oof. So this is Energy Center 4, which is the heart chakra. It's the love energy center here is what it says. Leo, there are situations in life when you see the value of loss, grief, and a broken heart. Yet it's not the pain or loss itself that must be the focus of your attention here. No, not even the story of what happened. The details surrounding what has brought you to your knees is as important as what results from that experience. Can you see that this situation has broken you wide open, enabling you to have an even greater capacity for love, compassion, empathy, and understanding? You cannot be the same person as before. The only way forward is to move through it without resistance or manipulation, without attempting to bargain with unseen forces, because none of your usual fallbacks can put you back together again. If you do fall prey to self-absorption or self-pity, it will just make it harder to get to the next gradual phase leading to relief. Yet, even if you are prolonging the inevitable, you will get there eventually. The gift is in accepting who you've become as a consequence of integrating this difficult experience and allowing yourself to be more than you were. This wisdom comes at a high price, but the value of your experience of moving through and to the other side is unsurpassed. Love the you that is the result of being broken open by life's challenges and lessons. So I kind of feel like June is the month where everything comes together and finally makes sense. Being broken open isn't just about the pain part of it. It's about the transformation part of it. It's the who you become as a result of that experience and the ways in which that new you serves your soul better. June is that month for you, dear Leo. Okay? So let's see what's coming through for you. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury, please. What's coming through for June 2021? I love that card. My gosh. Dagger to the heart material, but if you've been there and made it through to the other side, you know what I'm speaking of when I say that it always changes you for the better. Always. Hard to imagine when you're going through it. Okay. So let's see what's coming through for you. This is you. There's what's crossing you. Holy Hannah. Oh, sorry. My bad, people. I often mix up the way that I do it. Give me a moment. This makes more sense anyway. There are a couple different ways to do a Celtic cross. I follow the circular method. Some people make an actual cross. That has never worked for me, but I fall into the trap of doing it that way. All right, so in June, I see this is you. This is about who you are at your core, Leo. It's about your commitments, those you've made to yourself and others, what you stand for. If you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. So I kind of feel you're being tested here, your spiritual beliefs, your religious beliefs, any kind of belief systems you have, maybe even about who you are at your core. All of this may be coming into play, Leo, where you may have lots of questions. And the problem is what's crossing you is some energy keeps returning in, coming back in. So there's a cycle here. The Knight of Wands can be somebody coming back from the past, which is very common in the Mercury retrograde, but doesn't necessarily have to be. But I feel like it's testing your beliefs around the energy of commitment. The Knight of Wands is a little more impulsive and a little less prepared, doesn't always have the staying power. So this could be two different sides of you, Leo, actually, since I am reading for you. Underneath, yes, Page of Wands. So what's going on underneath that's not really in your conscious awareness is sort of like you've got all these passions, and there's something you have to say, and it's new and it's exciting and you're passionate about it, but it's a voice you're stifling, you're pushing down. That may have some relationship to this. In the past, yeah, it's been quite a slog. Nine of Wands is telling me that this has been a journey that's been exhausting. You're not feeling extremely inspired. See, this is a little inspiration here, but it's being suppressed. And I feel like you've been on this very long journey. I love all the Wands energy coming out, really reflecting your fiery spirit. And yet the anchoring of that Hierophant energy is sort of pulling you into the moment and asking you not to kind of be willy-nilly. That's the challenge. And then your goal here, what you're aspiring to, is some passionate communication, to open the channels of communication, to find your voice again, perhaps on some level, and move forward. Kind of get out of this heavier energy that I'm feeling weighing you down a little bit. And in the future, okay, you're going to get the opportunity, but it's a calculated risk. So I'm glad to see the Page of Wands actually underneath, because it suggests to me that you may not be as impulsive going forward. It may be a very well calculated risk, one you're willing to take, and making that leap forward after you've done some serious consideration, serious thought and deep work around who you are at your core, and what you're really trying to accomplish here in this connection or in this situation. So I feel like you're being challenged by your desire, your normal natural self, to kind of come out and just act on impulse, but you're being more reflective with that Hierophant energy. Yes, approaching the situation in a super balanced way, reciprocity, equal give and take. With your commitment, you're putting back into things in June, that which you receive. You're aware of it. You're aware of the need for it. Ten of Pentacles. Here in the life you're building, the abundance coming in. Let me see what's underneath here. Nine of Swords. So this is definitely stressful. And there's going to be a lot of anxiety. Underneath, it's not coming from the top of the deck, but I kind of feel as if you're unsure, you're not sure, right? You won't be certain. You'll be a little worried about whether or not there is equal give and take in something that is worth building, right? Can we build this thing out? Can we take things to the next level? Can we build a life together? Can we have the abundance? Can we have that confidence to know that we're meant to be together? I feel there may be some questions. Are we on the same page? Are we meeting each other halfway? Getting that sort of generous energy where we're each bringing into the connection in equal measure to the other. I feel like that's going to be something that you're sort of like a little nervous about. Knight of Wands is the challenge. Oof. King of Cups, sure, got it. There's the Five of Cups from the last reading I saw, and the Six of Cups. So I almost feel as if it's a good thing that you're coming through in this Hierophant energy, and the challenge is I'm not going to come from my impulsive passions. I'm going to come from my heart. And so what returns to you, since this is an energy of someone returning to you, is in their heart. Got it? What has happened has broken you open. It's all out of, it's all out there for you to examine. But what's behind you here is hope. With the past life soulmate, where underneath there's lots of warm feelings and nostalgia. That's why part of the challenge is about controlling your impulses to just show up unannounced, no, or this person showing up unannounced, no, that's not going to happen. Coming from that King of Cups energy of high vibration, love, compassion, sensitivity. There are some issues with the King of Cups not always having the words to express their feelings, but they feel them deeply. They feel them deeply. So part of the challenge is holding back, Leo, holding back the impulse from your passionate and allowing the emotions to work themselves through. You've been broken open, remember? So it's all about the emotion, cups, 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 okay? Versus your normal instinct to jump on a horse and go. Underneath, Page of Wands, maybe some suppressed desires for communication, because I'm seeing it up here. So maybe your thoughts aren't really coming together all that well. You're still feeling that sense of, overwhelm of passionate energy. And now I'm seeing the emotions that are more challenging for you to deal with. Oh, come on. You're either going to flip out or you're not. Don't toy with me. Page of Wands. Good. Oh, I love to see that too. Beautiful. All right. So yeah, you've been underneath. There's some struggle here. I feel maybe feeling a little defensive, and I feel this suppressed energy of the Page of Wands and going back to the drawing board. Like, before I have this conversation, I really want to be sure I know what I want to say, because once my mouth opens, it's open, it's out, full, boom, done. So I do feel like what's happening underneath for you, Leo, is really powerful. As simple as it may seem, it's the most powerful part of the reading so far, because it suggests to me that you really want to focus on it. You're giving this your sustained effort, attention, and energy in the month of June before you just open your mouth willy-nilly. Yeah, it's a struggle. You're feeling kind of maybe defensive about the whole situation. On some level, you feel, this sort of, broken open, and you want to defend and protect your ego. Let's call it what it is. That's what we're trying to defend and protect against, but it's underneath. So not a big factor, but it will keep you from opening your mouth too quickly. That's what I'm liking here. You'll resist that urge to just speak out of turn. Good. 9 of Wands in the past. You've been through it. This has been difficult. You haven't given up. Not that I can see so far. Wow. Oh my gosh, no, of course not. Someone did walk away here. Underneath, it's not, it's kind of coming through to me as almost you had no choice. Had no choice. So we got the 9 of Wands, the High Priestess, the Ace of Cups. This is the love of a lifetime. I feel the connection is at 5D at this moment. You may be in a phase of separation that you haven't given up on here with this person that fills your cup. Got it? If you were the one that walked away, I kind of feel like you had no choice. If the other person walked away, I feel like you haven't given up on the power of the love that you shared. It's still there. There's this inner knowing on some level. You may be sensing this person's intuition as well, Leo. You may be sensing their ability to communicate with you, their inner knowing, your inner knowing, all coming together in this gift of the Ace of Cups. despite this weird energy of the Eight of Cups in the past. So whatever happened, happened. Whoever walked, walked. But I see you as not having given up on it and keeping that energetic channel of communication open. And now you want to bring it into real time here. Eight of Wands, Leo, in June. Wow, conflict. Got it. Ten of Cups, Temperance. All right, so you may once again be conflicted about it, or something may come into play that interrupts your delivery. You may run up against something that jams the works. This is definitely about your happiness. It is about completion on an emotional level. It is about bringing this Ace of Cups from the past back into the present in a big way. So I feel like whatever communication it is that is your goal, that's on your conscious mind, you want it to have major impact, but something may get snarled. So let me just tell you, the reason why Temperance is underneath is saying patience may be in order. You may need to wait a little while. There may be a holding pattern. I already see the energy here of some that Nine of Swords is sort of like a little obsessive. So if you run up against any interference, could be some Mercury retrograde shit come up. You know, it may kind of get you off balance here. Don't let it, right? Keep this as your focus, and don't let the conflict throw you off. It may come up in June. There may be some conflict. You may feel conflicted about what you're communicating to this person with whom you share so much love. So let Temperance be your guide. It's underneath, but I'm feeling like it needs to be more from the top of the deck kind of energy. Just understand that something bigger is at play, and those things take time. Those energies come into balance with time and patience. So don't let a little like kerfluffle is what I'm seeing with the Five of Wands, meaning if the first conversation is brutal, Leo, deal with it. Don't give up. Okay? Calm yourself. You know, don't have an outward reaction. Sort of deal with it in the moment. Take the leap of faith. Let's see where it leads you here. With the Fool. Oh my gosh. I can see so many of you right now going, oh my God. Yeah. Yep. You will have no way. This is what you're calling in. Wow. Three of Swords, Lovers. You're taking a leap of faith, choosing this Ace of Cups, Ten of Cups energy for yourself, Leo, even if you get your heart broken, right? You've already been broken open. That's what I'm seeing here. This is the Fool laying it all out, going all in. My sliced up heart is on a freaking platter for you to see. Are you going to choose me or not? Okay, the Lovers is that reconciling, that choice energy. It's something you're calling in. You've set it in motion. I feel like you're going to have your opportunity. The words will flow, even if there's a kerfluffle at first. I feel the leap you take absolutely calls in what you're after, which is union of your souls, reunion possibly, right? Because it's the Knight of Wands. You're keeping it bay, Leo. Wow, I think June, maybe the end of June. I said it also for the same thing for Aries. I'm feeling it here as well. Maybe by the end of June, it will all flow perfectly. So sending you so much love, Leo. Again, for you, if you'd like to see your divine counterpart, your other person, and how it's all going to unfold for them, how they feel about you, how they see you, and some guidance from Spirit for you, that is in the extended. There's a Leo link below for you. Okay? Much love. And if you stayed for the Sagittarian part of the program, that's coming up now. I know. I'd almost rather do these all separately, to be honest, so you don't see how the sausage is made. But it's just such a nightmare to do all the uploading. As you know, I have told you before, I don't have a team. If you see any tarot reader with more than 100,000 subscribers, they have a team. They are not doing this all by themselves. They just sit and record and ship it out. Other people do all the other work. I don't have that option. Okay, so we're going to look at you now, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's see what comes through for you from Oracle of the Seven Energies for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Yes, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Whoop. My nose just itched. Sag, there's a message coming in, and now my ear tickles. Spirit tickles. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury. Oracle of the Seven Energies says, ooh, feeling the world. So card 13 is also sacral chakra, the water energy center. So it's all about your feeling. It says it right in the card here. So Sag, we're going to have to get you into your feels. It says, empathy reminds you that you are not alone. It is a beautiful capacity to feel the connectivity all around you, giving you a profound sense of belonging, a broader experience of being part of the larger whole. That said, it can also be overwhelming, especially when you don't know where you end and the rest of the world begins. Now is the time to be clear about your boundaries. Ask yourself whose energy you've tuned into. You might find it's not even yours. If you are feeling off or drained when you're with someone, they may be siphoning your energy. In such an instance, this connection is not good for you, no matter how charismatic the person is or how attracted to them you may feel. Do not mistake codependency for closeness or allow your boundaries to become too porous. Trust your instincts and take care of you. Practice saying no. Avoid the temptation to turn off and go numb. Instead, be present. Somewhere in the middle of this feeling spectrum is where the magic is. You're also being asked now to be aware of how your words and actions may affect others. While it's not your job to determine how someone will respond to you, discernment is necessary. Be firm yet kind. Keep in mind that people-pleasing will not give you what you truly need. That said, your empathy is beautiful and important. It just has to be balanced in order for you to access its wondrous gifts. Today, celebrate the beauty of your sensitivity and that of others. Really lovely. Feeling the world. Know what's yours, what belongs to you, and what doesn't belong to you. Energetically reestablish those all too important boundaries, Sag, that may be needed in the month of June. Oof. Good. The water energy center, sacral chakra. Good. All right, let's see what's coming through for you, Sagittarius, in June 2021. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury for our beautiful Sagittarians. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury. Ooh. Oh my God. No, 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 no. Wow. All right. Okay. So, don't shoot the messenger, Sag, but what we've got here is, the challenge is your partnership with this person. And you're coming into the month of June having come through the end of a very painful cycle. But I'm getting the impression that the connection isn't over. There's some residual emotional bond here. And what I see underneath for you is, again, that energy of patience and waiting. And you're kind of pushing it down. Again, you don't want to be patient. I get that, Sagittarius. That's not your normal strong suit. But on some level, you know, whatever has been planted, if it's meant to grow, it will grow. And you don't really, you know, so I'm feeling like this is actually good for you. That, you know, what's rolling around in your subconscious, in your psyche, is the need to be more patient. The past, yeah, you went all in, you jumped in head first off the cliff. I'm not sure how well it served you. Your goals for, you know, for going forward here, very much about divine masculine energy. This could also just be about you regaining the seat of power in your own life, regaining a sense of personal control, especially after the Ten of Swords that you're bringing into this reading. So like I'm saying, whatever happened, happened. That's not continuing, but there's still some holding on here that I'm seeing. In the future, you know, burdening yourself. I kind of feel like the 2 tens, if you regain a sense of personal control, that's great. You'll be able to offload any of the negative karma from this experience and finally unburden yourself. All the weight of the world on your shoulders will be Marie Kondo'd out to the curb. That's what I'm seeing for the future. Now this, you know, goal area here can also represent your divine counterpart if you are here as a feminine. So I just want to say that so you don't think I'm not seeing it. I see it. My God. All right, so let's look at the Ten of Swords. Sagittarius, Ten of Swords. High Priestess, Ten of Pentacles, eight of Wands. I feel like you didn't get a chance to talk about it, right? Something, you went silent here, and whatever came to an end impacted every aspect of your life. Everywhere you were seeing signs of stability and groundedness, Sag, boom, no more. So really flying, operating fully on your intuition, not able to speak for some reason. Sag, I'm just seeing like an absence of being, I'm almost seeing like the zipper over the mouth, like just being muted about this. And this Ten of Swords against that Ten of Pentacles, whatever, you know, happened here impacted every aspect of your life, and in a way that kind of, for the first time in a long time, had you speechless. The challenge is you're still connected. Two of Cups for our beautiful Sag, please. Two of Cups. Yep. Strength card. We're wanting to reconcile, and yeah, okay. So I feel the challenge is you haven't, you're trying to gather up your strength for a reconciliation. This is all very beautiful energy. The whole thing here is very beautiful. So I feel you're still with that Ten of Cups underneath. You're still, you haven't given up on this energy of completion on an emotional level. You know, saving this from the depths, almost from the pits of hell is how that Ten of Swords feels to me, especially because the communication may have been cut off and all your stability was wobbly. But what's challenging here looks really beautiful. I feel like there's still some measure of gathering, you know, regaining your confidence after this major hit. Regaining your confidence to make peace, reconcile differences with your counterpart, and enjoy on some level and emotional recovery. I'm looking at emotional recovery as the challenge that you've taken on. Underneath is the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a wait. I feel like you're planting the seeds for reconciliation. That's what I'm seeing. There's hope here. Right? Two of Pentacles. Everything's up in the air. Again, it's not necessarily something you have any control over. Wow, Ace of Wands and Ace of Cups come out. So I'm feeling that there's some underneath your keeping the fires burning, the fires of passion, the sense of this once in a lifetime kind of love, like I see in that Ten of Pentacles. It's underneath, so again, not something that's driving every bit of your energy, but I feel like you're not sure. That you're not sure that it's going to work out. The Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups, love and passion with the cups underneath. So I feel the passion, the Ace of Wands, is actually good because it is what's driving your behavior. It is what's keeping you in that energy of, well, everything's kind of up in the air as I wait, as I wait, as I wait, as I wait to see if this love and passion that's been this divine gift is recoverable. Is recoverable. Six of Wands, that victory, right? We made it through. We fixed it. The Fool in the past. Well, the way it's coming through to me here with the Fool is I kind of feel like you took a leap of faith to speak from your heart. You didn't want to really let go of the situation. Four of Pentacles, though. You may have been a little guarded. There may have been a boundaries issue, right? Which is what this card here is talking about a little bit. And underneath that Lover's energy, again, similar to what came through for Leo, is this thought of our union, and really not wanting to give up on the union of your souls. The Lover's energy is a card of choice. That's something you took a leap of faith on, maybe offered up your, words from your heart. Didn't want to let go of the situation in that leap of faith, and yet still a little bit guarded. So possibly some, like it said in the Oracle, some porous boundaries here. Ooh, but underneath, really wanting this connection, choosing it. In a way, super consciously with the Fool, that Aquarian energy of the Fool. So right now, above, your goals, your aspiration. How you'd like to see things. Yes, I get it. So I am sticking with that first thought, that this is you stepping back into your power, regaining control over what came undone in your life that left you feeling very unstable, possibly financially unstable even in your life, because the Pentacles are coming through. Ten of Pentacles and Five of Pentacles is kind of losing it all. Maybe some aspect of your life that provided some sense of stability and continuity, doesn't have to be money, is what you're trying to regain control over. And then manifesting this sort of energy of, we go from the 5 to the 6. That's really good. It's about bringing things back into balance, giving you some sense of stability, where you can take a breath. This can also be representing that you're manifesting your divine masculine back into the connection, right? Because I'm looking at what the challenge is and what the strength, right? The strength is, I'm trying to gather up my hope, my courage, my confidence, that I can overcome this challenge and we can come back together. Six of Wands. And it could be for some of you, not all of you, that the Emperor represents a divine masculine who may have abandoned you, or you feel abandoned by, I should say, and you're manifesting their return and some reciprocal energy, a back and forth at least. And then in the future, we've got the Ten of Wands. I feel it's the end of a stressful, burdensome cycle. The opportunity for you to unburden yourself. Nine of Wands, Nine of Cups, Four of Cups. Yeah, I feel as if on some level, as good as it gets ain't gonna be good enough. The two nines here. So I'm just going to say that because the 10 represents things coming to completion. We're going to be done with a cycle that's been weighing on you. But how are we going to wrap it up in June? It may kind of not leave you feeling real happy about it. On some level, the Nine of Wands is that perseverance, the not giving up, the pushing forward despite all obstacles. The Nine of Cups is kind of like, yeah, this is good. And it could represent on some level, some measure of complacency, kind of getting stuck in this loop of never really getting that 10 of Cups, you get the 9. Never really getting the 10 of Wands, you get the 9. And I'm feeling as if on some level, you may be frustrated and not happy about it. And on some level that, you know, because it's underneath, it's not a big risk, but if you find in the month of June you're feeling a little detached, you're feeling like emotionally, as all this plays out, you're trying to slowly pull your emotions out of the situation, that's where it's coming from, because you're getting close, but no cigar. And I feel like that's where we may be headed more toward the end of June. Feel most of June is you working through everything that's already happened, you know, your patience, and then how do you either regain the seat of control in your life and manifest something that's more balanced for you so that you can approach this situation in a way that sort of is brave. All right, not gonna lie, Strength card requires some bravery on your part, Sag, but you know, the coming back together and the 10 of Cups is the challenge. What you may end up with is close but no cigar. So that will test your emotional patience here. Interesting that you get feeling the world. Make sure you keep those boundaries, because in the past I almost feel like they were porous. And here you're going to probably need to regain some sense of your own self and what you're feeling versus somebody maybe stringing you along a little bit. We'll take a look in the extended Sag at what your divine counterpart has to offer here in terms of how they see you, how they feel about you, and then messages from Spirit just for you on how to deal with it all, okay? Thanks for joining me, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This has been fun. The links are below for your extendeds. I wish you all the best in the month of June, and I'll see you on a future reading. Take care. Bye.